back with another one. So, in the wake of, you know, Joe the dictator trying to implement executive order for people to basically that work federal jobs to, participate or lose your job, at the end of the day, it's time to really have a conversation about this. And I'm going to keep exposing, Jim Crow Joe and his supporters. I'm going to be honest with you guys, and whoever listened to this video, you can take whatever you want. Because see, now I'm on my outlet now. And see, now I can say what I want to say without people getting extremely emotional and trying to make it look like it's me when it's really them. If you voted for Jim Crow Joe because you thought the other guy was a racist and Joe Biden's history of racism was exposed by a lot of different people, you a hypocrite and you a fraud. And it just need to be said. You a phony. People would rather protect this dude than look out for their own. Now, if you want to keep your federal job or whatever the case may be, this dude is implemented either do strenuous testing or participate. Now, here go the funny part. Congress is exempt. That means if you're a politician, you exempt. And if you work for the post office, you exempt. So I suggest y'all go online and fill out a job to work at the post office because they are exempt. They don't have to do it. Like I said before, this man told black people to their face that he wasn't going to do nothing for them. His vice president told black people to their face she wasn't going to do nothing exclusively for them. But yet, they bringing people from overseas, as Afghanistan and whatever, bringing them over here, giving them asylum, but they won't give us reparations. They won't give us nothing. This man is allowing illegal immigrants to come in here and basically flood us out, so where basically our vote don't matter anyway. But you had such a problem with the last guy. Like I said, a lot of people here is just frauds. But you be talking that a lot of you fake pro-black niggas is frauds. You talk all that black shit, but then as soon as some old white man that got a history of racism says that you need to do this or you can't do that, you buckle, you fold, and you go do what he says. But you talking that black shit. Like I said, you niggas is frauds. And it need to be said. Take it however you want. Now, I'm going to say this and I'm going to make this very clear. My stance has always been, if you want to participate, that should be your own free choice. If you feel comfortable consulting with your doctor, your family, and you decide, hey, I'm going to just go on and do it. But when you have somebody telling you that you have to do it and you don't want to do it, or you may lose your job, I got a problem with that. And that's dictatorship. That's communism. I've never said that this shit was a hoax. I never said, you know what I'm saying, don't do it because, you know what I'm saying, just not to be doing it. I said it should always be your choice. Now, I got a call from a family member talking about he had to take another shot and he don't feel good. I don't want to say who the family member is, but he's very close to me and I love him with all my heart. Already have to get it, you know what I'm saying? Already got to get another one. So here's the thing. I got to be careful what I say on this stream because like I said before, they will try to, I can't give out no information. because they will accuse me of medical misinformation. Like I said before, I've never said that this was a hoax, but I said it should be your choice, your own free will. And for that cracker to sit up there and say, well, it's not about freedom and it's not about your personal choice. That's exactly what it's about. Your freedom and your personal choice. Haven't we been sitting up here saying that we're the home of the free, land of the brave? What happened to free choice? And then, like I said, you got a lot of these fake pro-black niggas that buckled, folded, got scared, didn't do it because they felt it was the best move. They did it because they were scared. Cowards. And then you sitting up there talking all that pro-black shit. And like I said before, this dude is worse than the last dude. But I will say this much. I'm glad that there's about to be some pushback. Don't be in the streets or you're going to lose your income. But then you got clowns on here saying that nobody's forcing you to do it. That's exactly what they're doing. If somebody say, well, you have to do this or you can't work. Oh, you have to do this or you can't go into a movie theater. You have to do this or you can't go to a sporting event. That is forcing somebody. That is taking away somebody's choice. And see, here's, like I said, what's going on now, like I told you, it's the New Jack City thing. A lot of these niggas that then participated to a certain degree, they kind of don't feel kind of comfortable. So now their theme is anybody who hasn't did it, guilt them, make them feel bad, and do the, well, if I go down, I'm taking everybody with me. Because at the end of the day, they know they buckled. They folded. And that's all it come down to. So don't talk that pro-black militant whole tip shit to me. Because if you did it out of fear, you are a fraud. All of a sudden, black people, they talked all this shit about the white man. I don't trust the white man. He done did this to us. He done did that to us. But then as soon as this white man say, oh, you need to do this, you run out and do it. But now all of a sudden, you trust the word of the white man. Get your ass out of here. Fuck out of here. Fake ass niggas. Get your ass out of here talking that shit. Niggas is frauds. Am I missing something? And that's black people for you. They would rather protect a white man with a history of racism than try to protect and try to speak up on behalf of black people. Like I said before, I've never said that you, for real, I never said this was a fraud. I never said this was a scam. I never said that this was a hoax. All I said was it should be optional. And that's all I was saying. But a lot of these Negroes that buckled down and participated, now all of a sudden they trying to encourage everybody. So now all of a sudden they take the word of the white man that they done made video after video about, talking about heinous acts that's been done to us via the white man. But all of a sudden, like I said, one white man say, hey, do this, or this can't happen, or this will happen. That's all I've ever said. It should be your choice, not somebody telling you you have to do it. It should have always been your choice. But now they talking about mandates. Now you got to ask yourself something that's very strange. Once again, why is Congress exempt? Why is postal workers exempt? Why do they have the option? But then you trying to basically tell do it. And once again, it take more than a video of somebody supposedly participating to get me to believe. I can't read those comments, man. I'm driving. I really can't read them, and I'm just keeping them. I'm just keeping it a buck. Cause I'll fuck around and I'll be like in somebody's house, or I'll run off the road. So, but that's all I've been saying. So let me get this straight. You got rid of one racist and brought another blatant racist in. Like I said, all you got to do is Google Joe Biden's racist history. But then you got all these dudes. And see, the reason why people are coming after the dudes that's basically pro-choice like me, because they voted for Biden. And then their excuse gonna be when you say, well, he doesn't want to do anything for black people. Oh, this gonna be their go-to argument. Oh, black people need to start looking out for themselves. Black people need to hold their own nuts. Black people need to stop looking for handouts. He's not obligated to help us. But wait a minute. Wasn't you saying that about Donald Trump, that he was obligated to help us? Once again, Joe Biden ignored Ice Cube's contract for Black America. And I don't give a damn about Ice Cube, doing business with Jerry Jones. When you in that line, like, you got to deal with white supremacists. It is what it is. Ice Cube had the contract for Black America. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris ignored him. And then when Ice Cube called him out for ignoring him, then Kamala Harris talking about she wants to talk to him after he called him out. And then you had black women, these cornball black feminist bitches, going after Ice Cube, who done more for the black community, who gave more black people jobs and tried to put it on as many black people as possible in Hollywood. And then put them in roles where they didn't have to compromise themselves, where they didn't have to be buck broken, and they didn't have to play in homosexual roles. But that wasn't enough. But you had people turn on Ice Cube for a lady that specialized in locking up niggas. So to you black bitches that supported Kamala Harris, fuck y'all too. Yeah, I said it. Fuck y'all too. Y'all were the real misogynists. But you had Kamala Harris that was in support, saying Cardi B was her favorite rapper. A bitch that admitted to drugging and having men raped. But nobody came after her. A chick that got an endorsement with Reebok for admitting that she used to drug and rob men. But Rick Ross lost his endorsement with Reebok because he made a song called She Didn't Even Know, where he talked about slipping a person a Molly. Or whatever, excuse me, not a Molly, slipping somebody a sort of Mickey. So do you see the double standards? You voted for, let me get this straight, you voted for a dude who had a history of racism, who said that a member of the KKK was his role model, who referred to black people as roaches, and who bragged about how he signed laws that he knew would hinder black people, that he knew would give black people mass amount of time. But you sitting up talking about the other dude was a racist? Hypocrites, phonies. You want to try to argue with people about Biden? So that just goes to show you what type of person you is. You don't like Trump because he's a racist, but Joe Biden is your type of racist. Oh, I get it. Like I said, a lot of you niggas out there is frauds. You niggas are frauds. And I want to say to the people, because like I said, I talked to a brother and he basically said, I ain't gonna say his name. He said that he got a contract with the feds. He don't feel comfortable participating. And that's the point that I've been trying to make. And I told him he need to look at every possible option that he can. But then, like I said before, it's about to be some pushback. Because the Republicans is coming after that old cracker. Like I said, if you support Biden, you are a hypocrite. Yeah, because I'm closing all the doors on you. Now you want to talk that, black people should be asking for a handout. But you asked for a handout when What's-Her-Face was in office? Also, now you don't want a handout because your guy is in office. Because that's what it come down to. When people say B1, they talking about Biden first, not black first. I'm really black first. Because like I said, a lot of these niggas, they just buckled, they folded, and they went and participated out of fear. So I suggest y'all look online and fill out a job for the post office. This man did told lie after lie since office. Told black people to their base that he wasn't gonna do nothing for him and to stop asking for stuff. This man is allowing people to tell black people that they can't teach other blacks their history. They just fired a man, I think, in Texas for allegedly teaching that bullshit ass fake word called critical race theory. So let me get this straight. You could lose your job for basically talking about events that really happened. And has Joe Biden or Kamala Harris spoke out against that? Taking away your free... This is communism. We ain't no different from China. So I'm just saying, welcome to communism. And like I said, at the end of the day, a lot of y'all ain't got no guts. A lot of y'all are frauds. And like I said, a lot of y'all just buckled and folded. And like I said before, I never said that the shit wasn't real. I never said that. Never said that this shit wasn't real. But all I've ever stated is it should be your choice. But now that you got niggas that folded, they trying to, you know what I'm saying, they trying to Jim Jones you. A lot of these niggas that went and participated, they acted like a cult. So now what's going on in certain circles, you got niggas ostracizing you because at the end of the day, you said, hey man, I'm not ready yet. And that's what's going on. That's what's going on. I never shamed anybody who decided to participate. But now, like I said, what's going on? They're doing they're basically harassing the people who haven't chose to participate. And then you had niggas trying to challenge me like I didn't know what I was talking about. Cause I could shut you down with one. I could shut you down with ease. I'm self-educated. I self-study. I can hold my own with anybody. Anything, as long as I have knowledge of it, I could hold a conversation with anybody and get my point across. I don't have to use a whole bunch of fancy words. But like I said before, y'all, I got some announcements coming up in the coming weeks. Because like I said before, at the end of the day, the only thing that I'm trying to tell you guys, don't be bullied. You do it because you want to. Not because somebody forcing you to do it. That's always been my stance. But that's what's going on now. Now you have a bunch of these black clones and you know, and cult followers trying to shame you and make you feel bad if you don't do it. So I just want to say to y'all, fuck y'all. And I want to say to anybody that's listening, because you participated and somebody hasn't, and you trying to make them feel bad about it, fuck you too, bitch. You a bitch. And to all you niggas that was talking that pro-black hotep shit, that buckled and folded out of fear, fuck you too. I've always been a person of free will and free choice. That's my stance. Like I said before, if you are listening to this video and you decided, and I had people that came on my channel and said, hey, I did it. I didn't say, hey man, you weak. Hey man, hey, you had to do what you had to do. You felt that that's what you needed to do. Okay, I'm okay with that. But when you have people that's basically regurgitating the words and following a fake leader, a dude that don't even like your own people, and you sitting up there giving a pass for exercising dictatorship. Like I said, you a fraud, and it need to be said. I'm not worried about it. And here's the thing, I don't have to say no names because they know who they are. I'm not worried about no punk ass niggas making no videos talking shit about me, because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck, and I'm gonna always stand square up square. You know what I'm saying? Always gonna stand on my circle. Always gonna stand on my square. Always gonna stand on my triangle. Like I said, I'm not telling y'all what to do. I'm just saying it should be your choice, not nobody else's. All so that's all I've been saying. That is my stance. Like I said, you truly seeing that black people, and it's almost hurtful to say, it almost just seemed like we defeated. We want to fight for everything that's not important except our freedom. We sitting up here letting people tell us we can't teach each other our history or learn about it. A white man, a white woman telling you, hey, you can't teach your kids about slavery, systematic racism, oppression. Now you can't teach them their history of what happened in the past. Why? Because we say so. Because we white and we say so. But then they implementing that we have to learn Asian history. Oh, okay. Y'all don't find nothing wrong with that. And by the way, the statistics have came out. The statistics that came out that Asians, they wasn't getting attacked like they was making it out to be. I told you that was agenda 2. The feds have contradicted those statistics. And it still says that we are the ones that are leading in racial attacks. Once again, the numbers were enhanced. Hey, thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. And I want to say something. And shout out to Mark, man. Because Mark, you know what I'm saying? You know, he supported me. You know what I'm saying? More than my own people. And Mark is a Caucasian man. And he's shown me more support than my own fucking people. And that's sad. And that's sad. But I thank you, Mark. I really appreciate the support you done shown me over the years. I really appreciate, and also divine sense. Like I said before, that just goes to show you where we at. So I'm just telling y'all, once again, that's always been town business stance. It should be your choice. And the funny thing is, my facility got my facility that I work for in California got a facility in Utah. That's the funny part. I could transfer because I know out there they didn't ban, you know what I'm saying, mandates. But like I said, you guys, I told you, be patient. I know some of y'all federal employees, they gave y'all 70 days. Like I said, fight it tooth and nail. You wait till the last minute if you have to. Because like I said before, they're going to be lawsuits in behind this stuff. They're going to be lawsuits. They're going to be all kind of stuff that's going to happen within the next couple of months. Because I think to a certain degree, people are tired of this dude. Because like I said, he is worse. He is worse than the last dude. He is two times worse. And I'm still trying to figure out, you against one race is but you vote another one in. All you have to do is look up, just Google Joe Biden's racist history. All kind of stuff will show up. So I just want to say to all you niggas that voted for Joe Biden, you are a fraud. All you so-called B1, Hotep, militant pro-black niggas, you're frauds. Because you buckled. You folded. Like I said, if you needed to take it, if you felt you needed to take it, okay, cool. Okay, cool. But I said, if you want my whole stance, once again, and I say this once again, it should have always been your choice. I could pull up the videos where that cracker Joe Biden said that he wasn't going he wasn't going mando. Because I save everything. That was a dictator speech. That was a flat out dictator speech. That was a flat out dictator speech. I heard what that dude said. He said it ain't about freedom, it ain't about choice. Oh, so let me get this straight. It's your choice to decide what's best for everybody. So it's your choice. So let me get this straight. You my father, right? Last time I checked, my father was a dark-skinned black man. I noticed Biden ain't said too much about Kim Jong, another dictator. So like I said before, for black people, once again, what have you got out of voting Democrat? And I'm not no Republican. I'm not none of that shit. What have you really got out of voting Democrat? And that's another thing. These fake ass niggas, they'd rather protect their political party than protect their own people. And that's what Kwame Brown was talking about, the go along, get along game. Oh yeah, shout out to Kwame Brown. No, hold on, let me say that again. Shout out to Kwame Brown. Let me say it again. Shout out to Kwame Brown. I fuck with Kwame Brown. I don't disagree. I don't agree with everything the brother says. Like I said, that's always been black people's problem. We all have to agree on everything 100% instead of the overall goal. The overall goal was to make things better for us. But because one person have a disagreement about something, like I said before, I'm willing to work with people if the overall goal is to make things better for black people. We may disagree on some things, but that's okay. One of the mistakes that I made listening to other people, which I shouldn't have did, and I regret that to the fullest, but the funny thing is, I should have followed my own mind, and I promise you I'm not doing that again. I already know that YouTube is playing their little games. I already know that they've been doing that. I already know that they've been shadow banning. I know they've been doing all that stuff. I know they've been playing with people's lives. They've been doing all that stuff. But see, I'm making sure that I'm in the compounds of following the guidelines so they don't start fucking with my channel. And by the way, I gotta tell y'all something. I'm gonna talk about in the upcoming weeks. I'm gonna talk about betrayal, and I'm gonna talk about I'm gonna talk about snakes, because that I'm gonna talk about that too. Well, like I said before, I listen to some of the stuff he say, and like I said, I'll fuck with him. I take the good shit that he say, and I'll roll with it. Like I said before, it should have always been our choice. You took one racist out of office and put one that's, man, worse than the other one. I mean, this dude referred to black people as cockroaches. There's dudes that put up speeches of this guy Biden calling black people animals. This dude bragged about how he made laws that he knew would hinder black people. He bragged about it. He would say, well, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. That took nerve. That took a nerve. Motherfucker, you even like black people. You don't even like black people. You talk about, you know, you're racist. Your son is a racist and possibly a violator. So once again, well, you know, like I said before, the choice has always been yours. Man, yeah, I seen those emails. Not only was he being condescending, he was being funny, condescending, and disrespectful. He was secretly making fun of black people. But of course, you had black people put on their capes. Oh, well, you know, he was just like that's what they do. You got black people that will stand in front of a white man and protect him with their life. They will give up their life to save a white man before they save another black man. There's black people out there that's calling and pleading for help. Now, of course, you have the ones that don't want to help. They don't want to be helped. It's like this. I'm not going to save nobody that don't want to be saved. You like the way things are? You like being a robot? That's on you. Well, of course, the people like me, of course I'm not going to have no big following. I said this on several occasions. Look, I'm not anti this, I'm not anti that. I'm just a proud black man. And it need to be said. It need to be said. Just because I'm proud of who I am, don't mean that I'm against everybody else. If you a Mexican that's proud of being Mexican, that's fine. But as long as you don't hate me for being proud of who I am, see, that's always been the problem. We the only ones that's shamed into being proud of who we are. And a lot of black people fail for it. Just because I said that I was proud to be black didn't mean that I hated anybody who wasn't black. But what made me get angry is because you had people that wasn't black trying to put a fake label on me. I'm willing to listen to anybody. It's just like the boxing thing. See, the thing is, it's like I said before, as long as I talk about black fighters, it's all good. You know what, bro? You know what? I don't want to I know where you going with this, and I don't want to speak on that dude, but at the end of the day, you have to side eye some of these dudes now. I've been very vocal about the current president. And that's what I'm saying. You got a lot of these YouTubers that want to talk about everybody else's racism, but they want to ignore that dude's racism. If I feel like a dude is a white supremacist, I'm going to call him out. I don't care who he is. If I feel he done said something racist, I'm going to call him out. I'll give you an example. And I know how to move on from something too. Now, remember when it came out that Jimmy Fallon did blackface? People pointed it out to Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon immediately apologized. He said, hey, man, I didn't mean no harm by it. I apologize. It won't ever happen again. And black people said, okay, Jimmy, you get a pass. Okay, we move on. I don't watch Jimmy Fallon's show or nothing because I don't watch late night TV. But when he apologized immediately, he said, "Hey, I didn't know that was disrespectful. I meant no harm by it. I apologize." When Jimmy Fallon, and I said, "Okay, Jimmy, okay, cool." But when you have a dude like David Partnoy, the dude that the founder of Barstool, who's constantly said racist shit about black people and who have dressed up in blackface and tried to create his own definition of it and trying to justify his racism, nah, fuck that. Yeah, he did. He called it, YouTube is messing with my stream. YouTube messing. YouTube is messing with my stream. They messing with my stream. Yeah, Joe Biden just referred to one of his representatives as boy. Not to mention earlier, there was a video where he accidentally slipped and said the N-word. The one with the ER. And then, of course, you have black people run to his aid. Oh, no, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. You reaching. That video is up. And it got dismissed. This man called another black man a boy. So you could just imagine. So you just can imagine what this cracker is saying about black people. I guess it's gonna take Joe Biden just flat out saying he never liked the black people. But then again, somebody black gonna defend that. I had the video up where Joe Biden said the N-word. It's still up somewhere. I had to disguise it. And Tariq Nasheed put it up as well. And then you had all these black dummies. Oh man, you reach it. This man referred to us as cockroaches. So how is we reaching? Go look up his old speeches in Congress where he referred to black people as animals. He didn't want his kids to go to school with black people. That's why. But then again, to a certain degree, that might have been fine with me. Because I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me how did black people benefit from integration. We abandoned our businesses and put money into their businesses and made them rich, made them billionaires. But the sad part about it is, every time we've tried to distance ourselves and get our own shit, they have created a loophole and they have threw a monkey wrench. So it's like when we try to distance ourselves from them, they got a problem with it. But then at the same time, they don't want us to have what they have. They don't want it to ever be an equal playing field. So that's the problem. Like I said, I'm not worried about nobody listening to this video and making some little sneak diss video. Matter of fact, go ahead and say my fucking name. Go ahead and say my fucking name, because I love free publicity, bitch. Please make a video saying my name. Please make a video saying my name. Because like I said before, a lot of niggas folded. They folded. And they folded. And like I said before, I sat back. And I remember the whole thing first started. I remember when this whole, you know what I'm saying, thing first started in early March. You heard every pro-black, you know what I'm saying, content creator. Yeah, man. Fuck that shot. I ain't taking that shit. Fuck that. Yeah, fuck the jump shot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't taking it, I ain't participating. I ain't deal with that. Ain't no white man gonna tell me what to do. Now look what did happen. Year later, hey man, y'all need to do this. Now all of a sudden, they trust, now all of a sudden, the same people that they were speaking against, but a lot of these dudes did call out Biden. You know why? Because they voted for him. They voted for him. That's what it is. Why a lot of these niggas ain't speaking out against Jim Crow Joe, because they voted for him. So they would rather, like I said, protect their political interests than sit up here and just basically tell black people to be cautious. At the end of the day, like I said before, it's your choice. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to other people. Like I said, all I'm telling you to do is decide for yourself. Don't let nobody bully you, shame you, harass you, disrespect you into doing something that you don't feel comfortable doing. Because a lot of people did it because they was bullied and they was shamed. Like I said before, I don't give a fuck what you niggas think about me. Because I'm going to say what I want to say, and it ain't a motherfucking thing you can do about it. Hey, brother. Be careful. Don't use that word, because I forgot. Don't use that word. Just say participation. Or say, you know what I'm saying, the juice. Because they looking at all this shit. We got to talk, how I've been trying to teach us. We need to stay on code. We need to talk in code. Like I said, this cracker JoJo, he violating HIPAA laws. This dude is violating the laws right before your eyes. He's violating civil rights laws, civil liberty laws, HIPAA laws, all this shit that's put in place. All this shit and he's sitting up here trying to override it. Fuck your executive order. This dude is violating all kind of laws. All this stuff can be looked up about, about juice mandates. It's fucking illegal. So like I said before, for the people that got, that work with the feds, explore, weigh all your options if you don't feel comfortable. Or, like I said, I guess Robert Townsend was telling the truth at the end of Hollywood Shuffle when he say it's always room and work at the post office. So maybe I need to apply for the post office. I got a feeling that probably by Monday the post office probably gonna get overwhelmed with job applicants. Or you could become a politician. Maybe I need to become a politician. But then again, I'm not Democrat or Republican. I would have to create my own party. And the only problem is, like I said, I can't create my own party. Because, in this country, you're not allowed to do stuff that specifically help black people. Because you have to be community property. But if you Asian, you could do stuff that specifically benefits Asians. If you Hispanic, you could do stuff that particularly benefits Hispanics. And if you live an alternative lifestyle, You could do stuff that specifically benefits people that live an alternative lifestyle. But you know, if you black, you don't have no choice. You don't have no choice. You have to do what everybody says. You have to sit up there and take disrespect is aimed towards you. And then I want to get to black people once again. If you, and I'm going to make this very clear. It's certain dialect that you should use, and then it's certain dialect you shouldn't use. And I understand about being cool and using certain hip words. It's certain words that you should use and it's certain words you shouldn't use. Like, if you a man that's in your 40s or 50 talking about you all in your feelings, at the end of the day, when you use dialogue like that, that sound kind of gay. It really do. Sound kind of homosexual-like. And see, that's another thing that pisses me off about black people. You can't have a civil speech or dialect, can't give a civil speech or can't have dialect with other black people without testosterone kicking in. A black motherfucker think he supposed to talk to you any kind of way, and you say, hey man, don't disrespect me. Then he try to make it look like you being sensitive and you the problem, completely disrespecting you. And you say, hey man, don't talk to me like that, bro. You don't have to disrespect me. And they try to make it look like something wrong with you when they pussy coward ass can't even admit that they shouldn't be talking to you like you less of a man. But then when you go upside these niggas' heads, or worse, then all of a sudden they want to talk that, well, we need to stop black on black crime and we need to stop fighting each other and hurting each other. But when I'm telling you, hey man, don't talk to me like I'm a kid or something, and don't talk to me and refer to me like that, we can have a conversation without trading insults. But that's the problem with black people. How is that the white man's fault? Because black people got this thing where they gotta have too much testosterone. They gotta play the tough role every time. And one thing about me, I'm a patient brother, man. I'm a patient brother. I'm the type of dude, I'll let you slip. All right, man, enough. And then if you continue to do it, then I'm gonna let you have girls. It's one of the real problems with black people, and particularly black men. And black women, too much testosterone, too much ego. You tell a black man, hey man, hey man, would you mind not talking to me like that? All of a sudden the testosterone kick in. Oh man, you all up in your feelings. Oh, you being sensitive. Man, I ain't being sensitive. I'm just asking your pussy ass to respect me as another black man. I'll give you an example. This is just real talk. I don't know if I told this story, but I'll tell it again. Now, the foreman at my job is not black. Now, we was leaving the job and getting ready to leave. We tired. And, I said something to him and I was joking, and there's a whole bunch of people around that are not black. So then he blurted out the N-word. Now, it's I already did work 13 hours, tired. I almost went off and said, hey, bro, don't say that shit. Don't say that shit. I'll beat your fucking ass. But I said, man, I'm not fit to go off, beat this dude's ass and go to jail and lose my job. Because I make a decent amount of money. So the next day, I pulled him to the side. I said, hey, man, yesterday I didn't appreciate, saying that. Come on, man, don't do that. I said, how would you like it if I said a derogatory word for Asians? He said, you know what? I apologized, shook his hand, and I said, okay, we move on. None of this double talking, none of this explanation, even though white people do that shit sometimes. And in Hispanics, when you say, hey, man, it was it. He apologized, shook his hand, walked away, end of story. Haven't heard him say that word ever since. But when you say that, when you talk to black people like that, they feel like, oh, he's trying to check me. Oh, I'm going to swell up. Well, that's what happens when you don't listen, funky Homo sapien. Oh yeah, shout out to Dale, man, from Oakland. Well, people was warned. I warned y'all. I told y'all that Cam and JoJo wasn't no different from the other guy from 4-5 or whatever, you know. Told y'all. But now y'all seeing. Now the Joe the dictator is trying to tell y'all what to do. Now all of a sudden, y'all feel funny. Hands up, at the end of the day, that's how these dudes talk. They always talk greasy over the internet. But see, here's the difference between me and a lot of other people. And Reef can verify it. I done pulled up on people talking shit to me on the internet. I done dropped my location on the internet. So when somebody say, okay, I'll beat your ass, okay, we'll see. I did several videos, dropped my location, told people what hotel I was staying at, what room number. Reef can verify it. I said, come through. Come through. See how that turned out for you. Y'all better remember how I rolled when I first got on YouTube. You better remember my first avatar. Yeah, and I travel alone. I'm coming to Atlanta next month for the fight. I'm coming solo. I'm coming solo. I'm not worried about going to the hood. I went to the toughest parts of Philly. Went to Germantown, went to all kind of hoods, man. Drove by Strawberry Mansion, and unlike some people, I got out the car. I got out the car, walked through it. I went to the Badlands in Philly. I went to some of the worst of the worst. Didn't make no videos talking about, oh, I drive through the 60s and yeah, but you don't get out the car. Nah, I got my ass out and walked. Yeah, we'll make it happen. But you know, I'm gonna have to, like, you know what I'm saying? We'll make it happen. Like I said before, I'm not afraid to be around my own people. I can't live like that. That's just real talk. But anyway, appreciate y'all listening. I'm at the job right now. I'll be back later. And YouTube fucking with my stream.